fears, right? I think that it takes a passionate belief in something greater than ourselves. Now, this doesn't have to be some super esoteric thing. It could be something small, like you had just mentioned when you came up here, things that you can do every day, right? Like for the young lady who just came up, it's about making sure that she's there for her son, right? That gets us past the things that hold us back. Because the real problem is, it's not about me, right? It's not about my own fears, my own egos. It's about the thousands and potentially millions of people that you could actually influence with your ideas that won't get to see your brilliance if you let that fear hold you back. And that's the real problem. Imagine if we had a world where nobody had fear, and then all of a sudden everybody's ideas in this room could come to light. We would see global change real quick. And that's why I love social entrepreneurship, because it gives you something bigger than just the profit, right? And I cannot stand when people say that business shouldn't be personal. Business is very personal. And there's people who don't think that it's personal, where you see big gaps and divides and companies like Exxon destroying our planet, right? And it's our obligation as entrepreneurs, especially with this generation, is to change that paradigm, to put cause back into what we're doing and believe in something bigger than ourselves. That fear will always be there, but small examples can be like showing up for your employees, making sure you keep them paid, right? Making sure your product gets to market because you know that it's going to be influencing the lives of the people who interact with it, right? That's powerful stuff. And for me, it's been very tough. There's been times when I've wanted to crawl in the closet and just cry and quit and say, to hell with this business, I'd rather just get a 9-to-5 job, right? But there's that little voice inside that says, no, man, you got to keep going. And I do simple things, like I look on Instagram and I see our community who loves what we do, and they're inspired, and they write about how the product has changed their lives. And I think to myself, what? How are these hoods changed people's lives? It was just for fun, but it's changed into something so different, you know? From the girl who met her husband because she was wearing the hood, and he came up and said, I love your hat. And then they hit it off and they got married. Now they're all wearing spirit hoods in their wedding. How cool is that? I love that stuff, right? From this little dude, his name's Ronan. He lost his life to cancer, unfortunately. But when his mother came to us, she said that the one thing that kept them together was the spirit hood. That was the only time that she saw her child who was dying actually come alive again. And they all wore them together, and it brought their family closer. Man, for me, screw me. My fears have got nothing on this, and if I can in some way help in any way, that's what's going to be the motivating factor to keep me going. That's what's something that's greater than myself. So we have to find these things. So the question then becomes, what do you believe in, right? If we're going to create a belief structure here, we have to know what we stand for. And luckily, if you haven't figured it out yet, I have a process that's going to help you. So we're going to kind of shift gears right now. I wanted to make sure that I could kind of lay the foundation, the philosophy, and then give you actual practical tools, tips, and knowledge that you could take away and apply to your endeavors right now.